Hey, it's Sunny Days 305. We all downtown, we everywhere, spreading news, spreading the good word. Just left a great re-entry meeting. COB VIP re-entry. Keep these names on your mind. Don't forget these names. COB VIP and Sunny Days 305.
I work for the Circle of Brotherhood as a peacemaker, curbing the violence in the community, and we were taking these resources to the community, and I said, wait a minute, there's another community that needs these resources. And at the end, it can curb the violence. So we took the same concept and we took it on the inside. Right now, I'd like to introduce myself real quick because it's important for someone to know who's speaking, because no one can get in front of me and start speaking and I don't know who they are. I'll listen, but they're not gonna grasp my whole attention, and I'm not gonna receive what God has in store for me to receive unless I really know who I'm hearing from. So at 17, I was the first one in my family to go to college on a 4-year football scholarship. At 19, I was the first one in my family to go to prison. Ended up getting 22 years with 3, I did 12. So I went from being the name to being the shame, right? But that's what I thought, but God had a plan moving forward, and I was in 2015, I was watching a movie called Life of a King from Cuba Gooding. It's a true story. It inspired me, and I said, wait a minute, I was working, making $1,500, $2,000 in the entertainment business, right? That's where VIP came from. But I transferred that VIP into that we are very important people, because inside they make you think that you're not a very important person. Ain't nobody gonna give me a job. Ain't nobody give me an opportunity. But when you start believing that you're a very important person, people start seeing you as a very important person. But then we have to change the way we talk and the way we walk. It's not just thinking about it, it's living it. So VIP came to be that Circle of Brotherhood believed in it so much that they said, let's get a staff, because I was doing it alone since 2015. And now we have a staff that we go inside. We're in 10 institutions. I'm proud to say that we are the re-entry, because Department of Corrections, not correcting anything. So we know what is needed to be corrected because we've been there. I'm not saying if you haven't been there, you can't be part of the process, but you cannot understand what it is to sit in that table and feel what we feel. So we go into 10 different institutions, and I'm gonna let the team speak about what everyone does in their role. But what we do is we go in and we build relationships, right? We build relationships. I have a 3T theory that says, first we build the trust. If they don't trust you, they ain't gonna tell you, they're gonna tell classification, you know, we're good, we're all right. As soon as they get home, they're homeless. Because classification didn't want to do nothing for them. So we go into these institutions, right, and we've got it so much favor. Somebody says, man, what you guys are doing, man, we're the flavor of the month. I say, we ain't the flavor of the month, we're the favor. When God gives you favor, right, you open doors that no one can close, right? We're, like I said, in 10 different institutions. That I told the warden like a year and a half ago, I need a dorm. They gave us a dorm. Circle of Brotherhood and VIP Reentry has a dorm that's transformed. You see, is this an inspirational thing? Is this a motivational? We're transforming lives, right? Daily, because we got to change that criminal mindset, starting with ours, right? So everybody says, you're always doing this, you're doing such great things, you're changing them. I'm changing myself so I can take it back home and change my family, because it starts at home, right? So we go in, and one of my partnerships, other than the Circle of Brotherhood, I have a partnership with FIU Construction. We take trades into the jails, in the prisons, right? And not only do we give them the trades and do the pre-release and give them a job opportunity, but we give them a career mindset, you know? And we set them up, and I'm not gonna say I'm the executive member of Circle of Brotherhood, I'm the executive director of VIP. I'm just this is what I am. I'm a re-entry coach. Right? The difference today in 2024 is that if you get out, you can have all the support of your family. They're gonna give you a place to stay. They're gonna give you food. You guys get out with Jordans and jeans, designer jeans, and they don't even have a job. We're setting them up to fail. So we've been there and we care. We know what it takes to be successful when we get out, right? And it's not Circle of Brotherhood or VIP or Department of Corruption. It's the individual that we get them to believe in themselves. Who here believes that we are more than what we think we are, right? We are. Because I never thought that I would be at the table. Guess what? Nobody put me at the table. Circle of Brotherhood put me at the table, but nobody put me at the reentry table. So guess what? I created my own table. And then the right partners came and they said, you know what? And lastly, the most important thing that we do, which I'm going to put it on Brother Keith right now in the youth, but in the adult system, because one of our other members, he's in the adult court. He's a adult. We don't just give them jobs. We go to them before as a prevention, right? And not only an intervention into the courts. We have built a relationship with the courts that they released 5 individuals in the last 7 months to us instead of going to jail or prison. One that was facing 40 years. And now I have it right there. He just got a car. He just got hired. And this kid had been done 17 years since he was 16 years old. He didn't need to go back to prison. But our favor with the judges and now the state, they said, you know what, we're going to give him one last chance. That wasn't on the guidelines. So what we're doing is we're doing it in the community with the Circle of Brotherhood, right? And we're doing it in the inside communities with the Circle of Brotherhood and VIP reentry. Nobody's doing that, but we want to collaborate. And we want to because we're bringing training on the inside, but we're doing logistics and construction. We're doing logistics and construction, right? But imagine inputting virtual reality to that and all the other components. So I do believe in collaboration. You know, Miami's about competition. But if we collaborate with the right people, then I believe everybody who's here is at the right place at the right time. So I'm going to introduce reentry coach, Coach Biggums, and let him, talk about himself.
Good morning. Once again, my name is Keith Biggins. I'm out of Carroll City. I'm a reentry coach with Circle of Brotherhood VIP reentry. Make a long story short, tell you just a bit about myself. I came up being in trouble as a juvenile, always getting away because I had good parents. But as an adult, at 23 years old, I was arrested by the federal government. 1995, that's 1993, 1995, I was sentenced to 3 life sentences without the possibility of parole. As a first-time drug offender, I did 25 years and 7 months before I was released. So reentry starts with the changing of your mind, the way you think. As soon as you walk into the institution, and I thought I had it all together, to Mr. Leroy Jones right there, started coming 4 hours away to Coleman, Florida, mentoring us with life sentences. I made it so people with life can come to programs because the warden said reentry starts as soon as you get here. So I came in one day and they said, man, you got 3 life sentences. I said, boy, you just said reentry start. I got my pad ready to take notes. He shut the prison down, called a staff meeting. He said, man, anybody in this institution want to change their life, you let them in there. So Mr. Jones started coming. He told me something I'll never forget. And one thing you do, when I said it's changing of your mind, he told me his story. He told me how he went to prison 3 times. But when he got tired, he walked across the stage with a high school diploma. And he sit on boards and he created wealth for the black community. When he told me that, that made me more inspired, made me want to do better. It changed the way I was thinking. That's how reentry starts. Because once you change the way you think, then you start changing the things you do. So when I came home in 2019, I came to the Circle of Brotherhood. And for 4 years, I'm in and out of any institution that let me in, helping these juveniles, talking to juveniles on the street. So when it came for a time that we can get employed, Brother Albert Campbell, Brother Ignacio Calderon was the first guy, made me the first draft pick, and gave me the job. And they seen my passion so much, they put me over all juveniles. So every day, almost Monday through Friday, I'm in court, fighting for juveniles so they won't have to get direct file, telling them what we do, getting skill sets. I changed the way they think because the same way he changed the way I think, I told him about my life. I don't look down on y'all. I made the same mistakes y'all made, but we can't determine the consequences of those mistakes. So I go into institutions from Dade and Broward County all week mentoring these kids. And the beautiful thing about it is the parents know they got somebody they can depend on. Because once they're released, I follow them for 1 year. I say, that's in our contract to follow you for 1 year. But I'm in your life as long as you let me in your life. And I prove that. When they call me, I'm there. When the mamas call me, I'm there. And to show that the work is working, I get phone calls and I'm like, yes ma'am, who is this? They say, are you Keith Biggins, Circle Brother? Yes ma'am. The state attorney told me to call you to help my child. Now this is the person I'm in court against. But they must be seeing the work that we're doing is working. And that what inspires me to keep going harder, because I know that we can change the youth. It takes a village, we that village. We put the work in, and I just enjoy what I do. I enjoy the opportunity, because many men and women will wish they can be where I'm at, still serving license. So I don't take it for granted what God did for me, and I take my job seriously, and I love saving these youths one youth at a time. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Loren Daniel, and I serve as a job developer for the Circle of Brotherhood and VIP Reentry. Live out myself. Overtown, I served as the administrator here for the city of Miami for 10 years. Got involved in this work because working in Overtown, you get to see all kinds of situations. And Brother Leroy, you know, has been an inspiration to me for years anyway, watching his work out here. And so when an opportunity came for me to get on board with the Circle of Brotherhood to do this kind of work, I said, this is where I want to be. I didn't serve any time. I've never been incarcerated, but doesn't mean I have a feel and a lot of respect for people that do. I go into Metro West once a week, speaking with the men, and my phrase to them is to get your mind right. We can talk about all this other kind of stuff, but unless their mind is right in preparation for them to get out here and make something happen, it's going to be a difficult transition. I work closely with the business community, trying to encourage them to give people second chance opportunities, because they have to know that these people are coming home to live amongst you. And to shun them out and not give them and provide a way of means for them, you create another system for them again. You know, this whole correction system is a money-making system. That's what it's set up and designed to do. It's not rehabilitation. It's meant for punishment, period. When we go into the prison, when I go into prison, my conversation is not about resumes and those kind of things. We talk about what it's going to take mentally to get your mind right to get back out here. Are you thinking about the things that you did? What got you here? Are you owning what you did? And getting people to understand, if you don't own your past, you're not going to be able to move forward, which, you know, into your future. Keeping people motivated is what reentry coaches do. That's what we do. We talk to people about what it's going to take to get you to move from step point A to point B. Businesses in Florida are kind of trained not to give second chance opportunities. It's not a friendly state for this. Particularly right now in Miami-Dade County, we're having a very, very difficult time with certain segments of our society, of our community, particularly the African American community. I'm just gonna put it out there. Immigration has affected our ability to get us to work in this community. It's affecting housing, it's affecting job, and it's not to be anti-anything, but it has to be pro getting our people to work. And we're not in a position right now where we can compete, because folks are not giving us the opportunity out here. They're hiring the people who look like them and not like us. That's just a fact. So we have some issues that we have to work around as far as employment. It's not fair for everybody. And getting people to understand this as a problem is kind of difficult, because they're thinking that, well, you have the same opportunities as they do. Well, you really don't. You're starting from down here as it is, as having a background, then you have these other forces that are coming against you once you get here. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Taquella. I am also a reentry coach. With VIP Reentry, I serve the female population. Also having lived experience, having done 9 years of incarceration. I'm gonna keep it brief. When I going into, whether it's the juveniles, I go into TGK, Homestead, and now the Women's Work Release Center. I have a 3-tier thing: dig, deal, and heal. So to go in to be able to not just pour into them, but help aid them to where they need to be, to fully prepare to come out. I'm completely honest, as someone stated before, I always recommend, if you can leave here, go. Because sometimes we be so fine-tuned into where we come from that it's so hard for us to leave. So I am honored to be able to go in and be a part of their journey of becoming better than what the system have made them out to be. And to just listen, to be a hope that it can be done. I've been home 5 years. It can be done. It's not always peaches and cream, but a made up mind will take you far. And I know I'm not going back. And when you know that, hey, this time that you serve, you will never get it back again. There is no return, and that's the goal. How can we help you stay out? It's not just coming out. The goal is to stay out. And by any means necessary, there's no return from our end. Thank you.
So real briefly, my name is Brother Albert Campbell, and I am tasked with walking the catwalk in the Dade County Pretrial Detention Center. As a man that have done 22 years in federal prison, I understand what it is to be in a dark place for a long period of time. So when I go in, my thing is, I have to tell the inmates that the COs is not your co-defendant. They didn't help you get in prison. Stop throwing piss on them, stop doing all type of stuff to the COs, because they have nothing to do with you coming in here, right? And so I talk to the ones that's gonna go up the road and do some prison time, maybe 20, 30, 40 years. And I let them know that I am an example because I'm free and I am successful after doing 22 years in the feds. So I get them right in there for them for when they get ready to go up the road, and let them know, whenever you go up the road, take my phone number, because I'm gonna help you through your bit, because I know what they got to go through. And whenever you get out, VIP in the Circle Brotherhood, we will be thriving for when they get out. So if any of y'all know any COs or anybody that work in that county jail, because I promise you, if y'all film us one day, the work that we do in the county jail, we gonna get all the funding that we need. And we are definitely transforming lives. And so in closing, just like Brother Ignacio said, you have to have experience, live experience to deal with our criminal-minded people. So when I deal with a criminal mind, once I ask him, hey, you just got out, how long you did? Oh, you just got out. I know exactly where you are. He confused, he walking around like he handling it, but he is not handling it, and I can see it because I have lived experience. Thank you for your time.
Do you have any questions, real quick?
I have one question.
Yes.
Who are the part of the case rules are you allowed to go on?
Well, great question. We definitely know that we have a saying, if it's not documented,
It didn't happen.
so we definitely have to document it. We've been doing a lot of stuff from the heart, but we stopped that. So we document everything that we do. We do have a caseload, youth caseload, and adult caseload. And they say that 2 out of 3 are coming back, right? We say 2 out of 3 are not coming back if they come through our services. We just gave you a minute because we know we're time after we can connect. But yes, we do document everything because they say no data, no dollars. I learned that from the kids over there. Any other question? Last question? Yes,
I don't have a question, but I just wanna it's very affirming to see folks with lived experience in positions like this. I feel like, and it could be lived experience from so many different types of systems of just injustice. But I really applaud all y'all. It's really
thank
amazing.
you. This wouldn't have happened without Brother Leroy Jones. I know he don't like to get, that's why he's sitting there relaxing, but if you know him, you know. But the bottom line is, we are not our past mistakes. That's what VIP is. I sold my house and to rent, I had to go through 30 home associations, and the system is broken. right? But when somebody believes in you, it only takes one person to change the direction of our lives. We just want to be that one person.
So we just leaving the re-entry meeting where it was productive, where the future looked bright, where collaborators is getting together. I think we're gonna be good. This is Sunny Days 305 Degrees podcast. Our community said they wanted a platform that they could get their ideas and their messages out. Hence, Sunny Days 305 is on fire.